My video review will be on the movie 10 Cloverfield Lane. This movie follows the story of a young woman called Michelle, played by Mary Elizabeth Winstead, who after a car crash wakes up in an underground bunker owned by Howard, a doomsday prepper. His shelter was built with the help of a laborer called Emmett, who's also in the shelter with Michelle. Howard tells Michelle that an attack on Earth has left the surface uninhabitable, and this story revolves around Michelle discovering the truth about what really happened to Earth. More specifically, I'll be focusing on the portrayal of Howard, played by John Goodman. The first thing that struck me whilst watching this movie was the ambiguous nature of the apparent antagonist, Howard. Now what I mean by that is that his character had multiple sides, which was very different from the stereotypical bad guy in movies. This left the audience in a state of confusion throughout most of the movie as to what stance they should take on Howard and the rest of the characters. Another aspect which adds to the appeal of the character of Howard is the realism of the entire situation. Underground bunkers and doomsday preppers are not a fictional creation of the movie, and this situation seems realistic and tangible. That is not saying that an alien attack is completely realistic, but you can easily picture a doomsday prepper going overboard and saving a woman by bringing her to his bunker because he was positive that the surface has finally been attacked and is now inhospitable. This idea is further emphasized by the dialogue and attitude of Howard. And the mental instability of Howard leaves the audience in a state of suspense and mystery throughout the movie. We never really know if Howard was in fact completely insane, or if his conspiracy theories were based off of mentally sound logic. Now in addition, his attitude often swings between appearing subtly crazy and completely rational. This enhances the tense atmosphere of the movie since it directly affected the main protagonist, Michelle. For example, in this scene near the start, Michelle realizes that there is some truth to Howard's paranoia after seeing the dead carcasses of his pigs. But at the same time, she also discovers that it was Howard who ran her off the road, causing her car to crash. So it isn't clear whose side we should take, since on the one hand, Howard did cause her injuries, and he did lie to her about her crash, but on the other hand, he also saved her life, and he was telling the partial truth regarding the attack. Furthermore, Howard also had moments where he was kind, caring, and even fatherly to both Michelle and Emmett. This further emphasizes the fact that Howard wasn't completely evil, adding to the ambiguous nature of his character. Something which I'd like to highlight in the movie, which I enjoyed, was how the director used human nature and humans as the medium to scare the audience. Unlike the previous installments of the movie in the Cloverfield trilogy, actual monsters and supernatural forces have a very small part, and they only show up briefly near the end. I think this was extremely effective because it highlights how truly evil people can be when pushed to the edge, but it also creates a sense of mystery since people are more used to the idea of a scary monster, but they're not as prepared for another human being the source of horror. Overall, I enjoyed the movie 10 Cloverfield Lane. It approached the genre of horror from a unique point of view, and I surprisingly enjoyed the lack of any real monsters in the movie. On a side note, people who have not seen any of the other movies in the Cloverfield trilogy should not be put off watching 10 Cloverfield Lane. This movie is largely independent of the other installments, and no prior information is necessary to understand the plot of 10 Cloverfield Lane. Thanks for watching.